All right. Thank you for joining, guys. Welcome to a new podcast episode at JFP TV. This time I can introduce you to Nuno Damaso, a good friend of mine and also an awesome coach. Today we will discuss a little bit how to be motivated during a so stressful and difficult time. And he will give you also advice as a coach. During his 40 years of experience, he practiced Taekwondo. He's a very known and good fighter representing Switzerland and also in World and Europe Championships. Since 20 years now, he's in Basel. He has his own Taekwondo school. Also, he travels a lot through Europe and gives seminars all over the place. So please be expecting a great podcast. And of course, welcome at JFP TV. So, my friends, we are here. Thank you very much for joining. How are you? How you feel?
Very good. Thank you. First podcast, so it's a good experience. I'm happy to be here. Thank you to invite me, Fabrizio.
It's an upgrade. Huh? I mean, you are obviously not so the technical guy in terms of high tech, but you learned very quick during the lockdown. Then I met you the first time.
Yeah, this is very good that you ask because this is the power of crisis situations. You have to step out and to learn new things. And this is exactly what happened during the lockdown. I met the brother of Fabrizio on the street, and he said, "We have a problem. We need solutions." I said, "I have the same problem. I also need solutions." And like that, we start our lockdown fitness series.
Yeah, the first channel, actually the name before it became JFP TV, was called Lockdown Fitness. Obviously, it's the fitness you can do during the lockdown. And the idea was really, really simple. I mean, you had nothing to do, actually. I had nothing to do. So we both said, hey, come on, let's do like a virtual training.
Virtual training. Yeah, but perhaps to this topic, I was not so open to it before the crisis.
Yeah.
And when the crisis happened, I had to find solutions. And this was a fantastic solution. And as you say, for me, a new experience. And I learned a lot about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you told me actually that you were like never actually thinking about doing something like that, virtual or like webinars or something like that. And then suddenly it became the only thing we can do.
It's actually exactly because of that I insist on this point, no? We have our identity, we have our role model, and in difficult time, if we are not flexible, we get bigger problem.
Yeah, that's it. We saw that a lot in this time. And also the topic of today, you wanted to tell our listeners and our watchers, our followers, how to stay motivated in such a stressful time. I did not mention, I totally forgot to mention that you also additionally, next to the Taekwondo, do a lot of Tai Chi, Qigong, and Chinese medicine. So you have a big knowledge about a lot, and this a lot is called holistic health coaching. Yeah, tell us a bit about that, because I don't think everyone will understand what that means.
It's a direct connection to our topic of today, because what I mean with holistic health coaching is when we train martial arts or Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, it's always body and mind training, and these two aspects should go hand in hand. And especially now in such a crisis, what we need is mental strength, is inner stability. So in my approach of teaching, of movement, it's always important that we work with consciousness, and that we let grow the body and the mind together, that we really try to never separate these two entities, to have a holistic approach, a whole approach of the human body and the person. Yes. And I'm very thankful that you asked that, but I will come later to this point. But actually, I think all the podcasts will have this character of holistic character. because it will be about how do we transfer the knowledge we learn, especially now in my field in Taekwondo, in the martial art training. What do we learn on the mat? What do we learn from the physical training? What can we apply in the life, and especially in a life crisis now? So I think if a training should have an impact also on our character. And already this is a holistic aspect, yeah?
Yeah. The interesting thing that you mentioned is that it has to have an impact on our lives. Because when I was younger, I did like kickboxing, karate, and so I remember the meditation before, like the going in the dojo, like leaning forward and having the respect of that. And this everything followed my life from then along. So I had a lot of respect, even going to the gym, even like putting the dumbbells down, making clear that everything is fine and in its place. So it had an impact in my life. Actually, when I had like becoming a little bit stronger, it had an impact in my life. But I don't think a lot of people see it that way. Is it common in Taekwondo or in martial arts, or is it just your point of view that you have, how can I say it, this special goal that your fighters and yourself also have this demand of themselves to become better in life?
So first of all, I'm very happy to hear that. I think you had a very good example. You had a good teacher, a good master, because this is the core of martial arts, is the educational part. I mean, if we cannot use it in life, I don't mean now the fighting aspect, but
I don't mean it either.
but using our practice for life, I think the practice is meaningless. So to your question, Taekwondo, martial arts in generally, goes more and more to the sports aspect, especially the competition aspect, against somebody, another person, somebody else.
Yeah.
In my point of view, the only person you fight or you try to improve is yourself with yourself. So in our school in Basel, it's a growing process. It's a character school. And I get a lot of fantastic feedbacks from the parents or old students, exactly like you said now, that they keep these good habits. They learned into the dojang in the Taekwondo school. They keep these good habits in life. And that's why sometimes they bring the kids, because they want them to learn the same, no?
Yeah, you told me that already, that you are in the third generation, actually, that the grandchildren even come to the kids training to you.
Yeah, so the school have now 28 years, yeah. And exactly the grandchildren are coming, and this is a gift of life. And especially, they don't come because of physical training, but because, as you said, the training impact the life of the parents, and they want to share that with their kids. Yes.
Fascinating, because I was always wondering what will happen with me when I will get like rid of bodybuilding or like fitness, because it was just a tool, like a vehicle in life to put my words in, to put my words out, to help people. But you also said you were like, I think I remember that well. You said you were very ambitious, very, very like focused fighter. And now during the years, you also learn to like see it a little bit wider, not just focus on the fights, on the winning. So this experience helps younger people a lot to not do like the same mistakes in quotes that you did. You know, you can share your experience and therefore also provide them with wisdom, which you didn't have from the beginning on.
Sure not. I mean, we call that experience, no? As a young guy, I was full of fire, full of temper. I want to fight all the time and to show to everybody I'm the best fighter. And that's natural in that age, that you want to express your power and feel your power. And many people quit martial arts when this period is finished because they're always competing outside with somebody else. And I think when this is finished, then you can turn the side inside and go on the character part, of the health part, of perhaps the spiritual part, if you are interested, and not only fighting outside. Yes.
Very interesting. My friend, tell us about your purpose of this podcast today, because I could talk hours with you just being in the past. But you have actually a very, very specific goal of today, or also of the podcast, which this is the first of a lot of podcasts we will do every Friday. So also make sure that you subscribe, you like and follow, and also share this YouTube channel. So let us grow, help us to grow and reach more people to become powerful individuals like Nuno himself. But about the podcast today, you want to motivate people, and you had the speech. Actually, you have something to say. I'm burning to hear what you want to say.
Yeah. So what I want to speak about today is how can we use the tools we learn in the training through the practice of sport, or specifically now of martial arts. How can we use it in this difficult time? What are the transfer? That's the main point. So I spoke about body and mind training. In Taekwondo, we try to work with both. How do we do that? We do it with rituals. So it means in the training, we have a very clear behavior. And the way we do things is always very important, because it means we have a control of our emotions, about our behavior. We try to make the things with a certain character, elegance, with a strong and good attitude. So perhaps some people here are not doing martial arts or don't know about martial arts, so that you can imagine there are many points. We bow, as you said, when we go into the room. We respect the teacher, we respect the partners. We don't speak loud in the school. We have proper manners. We never speak ugly words. So it's always about keeping this inner correct attitude in the school. And then we try to couple the training also with some virtues, values. So many martial arts have different values, but quite near. We speak about courage, because you need courage to fight, no?
Yeah.
We speak about endurance in the learning process.
Patience, I think, also maybe.
Patience is very important, especially because martial arts is an art, no? And you don't learn it overnight. And you need a lot of patience, because we strive for perfection. We have this idea, we try to strive for perfection in the movement. And this requires a lot of dedication, patience and humility, because per definition, you are never there.
Exactly. That I wanted to say, because in our sports, bodybuilding, we want to have the perfect body.
Yeah.
But this is the crazy thing. There is no perfect body. So we never will get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is, I think you have to be humble to do the sports.
You know the speaking, they say, the way is the goal, no?
Yeah.
to keep this attitude of a beginner, always trying the best and asking yourself, I can do better, I still can learn, I can go deeper. This is the process. So to come to the point, first I want to talk a little bit about endurance. First and later about courage. Endurance, each sportman or martial artist, you will have to set goals. And as we know, this is a long time process. And you need a lot of willpower and endurance to get your goals. The problem, and here comes the parallel to our crisis, the things never happen exactly the way you wish.
I think actually never.
No.
They never happened like we wish.
There is a joke, you say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him about your plans, no? So the question is, if the circumstances would be perfect all the time, everybody would be world champion.
Yeah.
But generally we set a goal, and during we plan, the life change. Many things can change all the time, no? Then is the question, I can keep focus on my goal. Do I lose the motivation, or I keep looking to the essential? And this endurance and also this clarity to accept that the plan will change all the time, but my goal, I don't give up about my goal.
Yeah.
I think this each person which reach a goal in martial arts, in bodybuilding, or in life in general, if you reach a goal, it's because you went through this process.
Yeah.
Good time, bad time.
So it's actually not the goal that you're achieving, it's actually the growth you are getting while you want to achieve the goal. Because that's what I want. I once experienced when I had the chance to become a Swiss champion in bodybuilding, which is years ago. I learned a lot about myself during the phase I did the preparation, and the winning itself, it never meant so much to me as I thought it would be. So my dog is in the background.
You know, in Buddhism they say each wish you have, bring the next wish.
Yeah.
No, so that's the funny thing. If we accept that the process is more important than the getting what you want, this is very important. I think it's interesting what you say, because sometimes people they lose motivation because they don't got their goal or the exact result that they want, but they didn't recognize that the process was more important than the goal, and perhaps the gift was to not get what they wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we actually sometimes we want to get something, but it's not really meant to be for us. But the experience we get throwing during the phase we are getting till the goal, we learn a lot about us. This crisis, it's actually the Corona crisis. Obviously, we are not meaning everything else or anything else. But the Corona crisis is actually for you something you already told in a different video, also on your YouTube channel. It was a chance. You saw it. The first thing you saw, it was a chance, because otherwise, what could you actually change?
Yeah.
About that, anything.
So when we are in the same boat, we are working on our own. We have our own business. So when you get troubles, nobody will help you. You have to you have to find solutions right away. So you can sit at the street and cry, or be creative, no? And sure, like for many of us, it was a big shock, and like everybody, I had fear. What is going to happen? I have to close my school. What are the solutions? Are there solutions? What is going to happen with the members?
How long does it will take? Yeah.
Exactly. And then I was very lucky to meet you and your brother, and we find solutions. I also create other solutions. But yes, I worked 3 times more as usual. And
you work like crazy.
I worked like crazy.
I mean, you gave actually more lessons of Taekwondo during the lockdown than before.
Yeah, especially these online classes, which I was moving around 1 hour full power to keep the vibration high, And so I'm again in good shape. That's the joke. But yes, what I want to say is I had to be open to go for new ideas and to accept, okay, now it's hard, so you have to do more. And things don't fall from heaven. You have to fight for it. So there was a lot of creative solutions there.
Yeah.
But also, one time scaring, one side, other side, a very creative and exciting time.
Is it coming from your experience as a coach, as a holistic health coach, and also Taekwondo fighter, that you had the mindset of seeing these things like that? Because most of the people which I knew or still know, they are not gone. They saw it like totally as an obstacle they have to just smash it, not overcome it. Mm-hmm. It's in the way, so get rid of it. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, the Corona deniers, or the ones who are conspiracy theorists, or the one. It was always in the background of my mind, and I was always since the day one, I was also wondering where does it come from for me, especially that the first day the lockdown was announced, I just thought, okay, what can I do now? I didn't think, oh my God, no, that means that, and now it's bad, and how. I just right away was thinking, okay, what can I do now? What comes next?
Yeah.
and not about, oh, what could have happened, what should have happened, what's wrong, whose fault it is. And the astonishing part of that was also that you came and you were so positive, so motivated. That was very encouraging, not only me, my brother, the rest of us, because you had such an energy. So how can you explain your energy? How can you explain your motivation?
One way is my basic character. I'm a positive person. And other way, I like challenges. And I think sometimes life hurts, life beats you, but it's a challenge and a new chance to develop. So also perhaps, I choose a very hard discipline. When you go in fighting in full contact, you are very alone there and you know exactly what can happen. So you take full responsibility, Going in a mat and to fight is really taking full responsibility. You know how much alone you are with your fear, with your pain, with the injuries. So you learn to believe and have confidence in yourself and to react if necessary, So this is one side. The other side, I have students, they have expectations, and I choose to be a leader. And then you have responsibilities. You cannot just complain and say, all is over. You have to bring solutions, And to jump into this unknown area gives you a lot. It gives you the chance to be creative. You get more confidence. You'll be surprised about yourself. I did not know that I could teach in front of a camera, and I realized it was very easy and very natural for me, like I did all my life. So why we don't do it, no?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I would say crisis can be real chances if you pack it, yeah.
I think when we read the quotes like in motivational posters or something, we never see the weight of the words. Like crisis means also chance and everything, till it has really something happening like this, and then we see of what we are made of,
Yeah.
What was really funny. I don't want to go in circles here. But what was for me funny is you mentioned it. You stood in front of the camera, like for the first time, I think, and then it was becoming totally natural for you. So you were like more often on Instagram than the other trainers I coach, which is astonishing because they are full-time trainers like aerobic and group fitness. But you were like just I don't give a beep. I just do it. And I saw it. I mean, a lot of people were like reacting to your videos, commenting, like watching, and also doing this training. And then it became the idea. Okay, let's do a video a little bit higher quality on YouTube because you can reach more people, and obviously the microphone is better. But it was like I was also looking to who is having the right mindset as me. So it's like same
meet
together. So it was really rare. This was a frustrating part because I had also my times which they declared, okay, maybe till Easter there will be the lockdown and then we will open again. But they came Easter and they said, 4 weeks more, then 4 weeks more. So I had sometimes also my struggle, and it was not fun. But the point you mentioned, it's a very, very interesting point. I actually started to learn about this point this year more than any year before. It's the responsibility part. Because I thought long time that growing up, even as a person or a coach, means that you have to grow up with wisdom, with knowledge. But for me now, it's actually totally different. Doesn't matter how much you know or how much wisdom you collected during your years, when you can take responsibility, and even if it's a hard time, even if it's difficult, even if you're half dead or in debt or a crisis going on, when you can carry the weight till you have done your job, this is actually growth. And I recognize, okay, it's possible. I'm not like falling down on my face. It's actually manageable. When you see it that
Sure.
you have to do it.
Yeah, and I think the higher the problem or the crisis, more the growth potential is like interconnected, no?
Yeah.
And
Totally.
To answer your question, there's something I love very much in martial arts. We have this hierarchy with the belt system, no?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people think a black belt is a superhero and he's the big boss.
I thought that.
But no, over day, many times people, they tell you, I earned my black belt. Or I earned my third dan, my fourth dan. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I don't agree with the speaking because they say my black belt.
Yeah.
What I mean is when you are higher ranking in your job, in my job, in a system, what do you have? You have more responsibility. You don't have more rights. We are also this in the industry, in the economy, in many places of the society. People go high, they want more rights. But they forget each right is coupled with a responsibility. And this responsibility, exactly this makes you grow. It's like getting parents. Suddenly you are not so busy about your belly button, but you are more busy about your kids. At the beginning, you think I'm making sacrifice. And with time you realize, no, this makes me grow. So we have to face this challenge, no? It's a point I want to talk also about it today, no? When we don't get what we want, and this is the case in this crisis,
Yeah.
and then we get like small kids which offend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get what I want, and I'm very unhappy, and everybody have to know.
Yeah.
We go in the victim role, no?
Yeah.
But we should not forget that this crisis is touching all the planet.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So I'm not this poor little thing alone on the world.
Yeah.
And this is a choice. Is a choice. And I think it's very important to realize, okay, the situation is difficult, and everybody have an opinion about this issue, but we make a choice. Do I participate to the negativity, or do I push the positivity? Mm-hmm. And this choice is a character choice. And the funny thing, it will make you grow and help a lot also around you.
It reminds me of this saying. It's not actually a saying. I think it's also a paraphrase of a biblical text. God, please give me the strength to change the things I can change, and to see the things I can't change, and recognize the difference between them, so that you not are losing time of wanting to change the things you can't change. And that was also a quote I learned from the beginning on, since my mother is very religious.
Yeah.
So that was also in the back of my mind. So, okay, I can't change that. I can't change politics. I can't change the financial way. What have I here left? Cameras, a laptop. All right, let's work with that. Mm-hmm. So that was for a lot of people totally not like that. This was a lesson.
You see, I'm smiling because I wrote that one in my sheet.
I stole that, of course.
It's not ours, huh? It's not ours. Anyway, no. But what I would like to say here, yes, sometimes we have the power to change things, and sometimes, for me, this is the part we learn in martial arts: patience and humility. Sometimes we have to bow in front of life and to say the things are the way they are, and I have no power on them. And what we misunderstand, this is not a weak position. If I accept it, and I have faith in the future, I have faith in my resources, I have faith in my strength, then I can go in a waiting position, which is not a passive position. It's more a consciousness about relativity, about the things, and to understand that in life everything is temporary, nothing lasts forever, and to accept this very simple reality with one way humility and the other way faith and strength. Is not a victim role, yeah? Doesn't mean you give up or you don't try to do the best out of it. Sometimes you wait to make a bigger jump, no? Yeah, yeah.
So how did you stay motivated? Like to be like a tutorial. How do you motivate yourself to be so positive during this phase? What can the people take home from you?
You see, as I said, we are not this small, poor little thing. We are all the same boat. And when I start teaching online, oh my God, I got so many positive feedback. And so many people were so thankful because they said, oh, you are always smiling, you're full of power, full of energy. And this gives me a lot to go on, no? So sharing with them, they get to be my motivators. That's why I say it's very important in the crisis that we don't go in this victim role. I'm alone, I'm suffering more than the other.
Yeah.
And the other way, I had to do it for my school to keep the vibration high and the motivation to school. But also I realize is in my field as Taekwondo teacher, I'm in a leadership position in Taekwondo world. And I decide for myself it's important that people like me, which many people look up in this scene, small scene, show the example. Stand up and fight. And
so be the role models for that.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important. And it is exactly then. You cannot speak about it and you show your big black belt and all your diplomas.
Yeah.
And when the time is there, you are not there.
Yeah.
This doesn't work, no?
That's an interesting thing you're telling here. There are 2 points because it's so important. The first one is obviously the financial part, because what I discovered in this crisis, now it's actually because of this crisis, I found out also more of my purpose in life. But a lot of people just stopped working and they thought, okay, when this lockdown will be over, clients will come back. But just a few trainers I knew actually served the clients more and more, even just asking, hey, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine, you're doing well, you're healthy. And just these little things. I mean, 100, 200 or 1,000 clients. But these 1,000 clients are just seeing at that moment what you're saying. Is the person really the role model, the leader, or just one man who's doing like this end of month, so give me my membership money? And there was the difference when the lockdown was over, that a few people I know didn't struggle with the lockdown because the members still paid, like obviously loyalty, obviously a little bit of empathy to be in. I mean, come on, no one's fault is this crisis. If you stop paying, maybe the gym will be closed. And also in other countries it was not like that, but only a few trainers I know did that. And a lot of other trainers just didn't do nothing. And as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it's crucial to figure out what's your role in life. You're not just a provider of fitness. You're not just a black belt, like you told me, or a big guy. You're actually a leader. You're actually participating in a small amount, in a small time window of their lives, which you are having a change for their lives. Mm-hmm. So, and if you can't provide the service like in the gym, doesn't mean that they are not wanting to be helped or wanting to be taught or guided. I mean, this was a very go back to the responsibility part. I mean, it was not my job to write my clients. It was not my job to provide like any online courses, but it was my calling, which I saw at this moment as my calling in life, to be, hey, listen, now I can show what I can. I'm not just talking when everything is fine, when finances are great and people are coming and everything. So this was the very interesting part you told right now.
Yes. Responsibility, it's important to see that it's not the clients or the students or the members are responsible for my life. it's
You're responsible for their life.
In the role I choose, I'm a support. So I cannot cry there and say, oh, there's no member, no customer, no students. I have to make the first step. Why? Because I choose to be an entrepreneur. I could have a salary every month in a normal job, but I choose this place, so I have to take this responsibility. And as you said, to care for the people. Caring for the students is not only getting the money on the end of the month. And what is interesting is, I think we speak about membership now. I think members will stay members for a long time, not because only of your technical competence, because you have a real authentic human relationship with them. You ask them at the beginning of the training, how are you? How is your life? How are your kids? Today you don't look good. Is something wrong with you? You build a relationship.
Connection, yeah.
And you are concerned. And this was now very important in this crisis. But a point I want to add, the responsibility perhaps is not easy for everybody. On the same time, it's also a privilege, because when you have this responsibility, you can also influence people for good in their life. Especially now in this time, no? The people look up to leaders, to leading people. So it gives you, it can be a burden in your shoulder, can be a heavy weight, but it's also a chance to make a positive change, have a good influence on people. So I see it from the both sides, yeah, from the both sides.
Fascinating, yeah. I mean, it's really cool to talk with you. Really, honestly, after every chat with you, I'm really a little bit more smarter and I'm open-minded about a few things. You wanted to also talk. Actually, do you have actually a message for the people today? I didn't want to interrupt you. We can do it like that, because I also asked followers to ask you if they want something. Yeah. But don't worry if it's not working today. Obviously, 4 o'clock is maybe the wrong time. We will do next Friday, a little bit earlier or a little bit later. Depends on which time is better for you guys. You can also comment and wish the time. Mm-hmm. But the message, the message is very personal, actually.
I have a small story. So to be very honest, we talk so freely and so spontaneously that I'm not on my plan anymore. But that's not important. We talk about a lot of things. It's a small story of the past. As I said, I was a professional fighter for many, many years. And we learn martial arts not only for success or for glory, but as a growing process. So as a young man, I wanted the glory. I wanted to be the best fighter on the world and to win championships. I really wanted of all my heart. But I had a very good master, and he always saw the big picture. You are not only a champion, you have to be a good person to grow. So what do I learn with him? Each time I lose a match or I win a match, we have to control our emotions, because this is martial arts. Makes you also much more efficient if you control your emotions, also in martial arts. So the idea was, when you win a match, you don't jump around, you don't scream around, you keep low profile. But when you lose a match, the same. You don't cry, you don't complain, you lose with dignity, you stay upright, and you win with humility. So at the beginning, this was very strange. I had to control these emotions. And I remember I tried to explain that to my friends, which were not practicing martial arts. And they said to me, you are a robot. This is not human. This is just stupid. And I practiced that for 10 years. Sometimes I was really cheated by the referees. I remember one time I beat a world champion in Korea at World Championship. And everybody saw it. And the referee
won, yeah.
Yeah, very, very clearly. Everybody saw it, and the referees, they turn it, no? Yeah. So very disappointing, but no emotions. Winning, the same. So what was the point? First, I like very much the idea to respect the feeling of my opponent. Mm-hmm. He's sad, I'm happy. Tomorrow, it can change.
Yeah.
I will be happy if you respect my lows, no? This was one point. But more important point is the relativity of each defeat and each winning. For example, if you are honestly in this process with yourself, sometimes you win and everybody tell you are the superhero and you get everybody bravo, 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 and you like it, no? You like your ego like it for sure. But if you are honest, you remember second round, this kick 2 centimeters of my jaw. If I get it, I am slipping, and I end up in the hospital.
It's pure luck in the end.
Sometimes it's luck, and sometimes you win, and you know inside I did not win. The referee was good with me. You know it, okay? So you learn to take it as relative. Why I tell you this story? Because then in life you will have a lot of such situations. Sometimes life is hard, it beats you hard, and you can be this small little victim, and everybody's against you, nobody loves you, and the life is too hard. Or you can say, no, this is just an expression of a single moment, and I can behave with dignity, and this is not me, just this moment. Same when people win, or their life is too good, sometimes we get arrogant. We think nothing can happen to me. I'm the sunny boy, you know?
We're undefeatable.
Yeah. So anyway, the best master is the life. It will teach anyway. But I think why I speak about this story, because we are exactly in this time, with this Corona time. It's not always good weather. It's not always sun shining, no? So how can we handle that? If we just remember that we have to be strong and stable, in good times and in bad times. This was this point of the martial art training, no? I believe it's a body and mind training. So what is the purpose? Okay, I do 50 push-ups, I do the split, I do jumping kicks, but my mind is weak and is not stable. And when life gets difficult, I lose my faith, I lose my inner stability, I lose my optimism. There's no point, no? So this, I think, this understanding of this relativity is only phenomena, and this is passing, this distance to what happened. I think is very important. This was one part of the message. You asked me for the message, huh? The other, this is something we speak a lot about in the stress prevention also, no? We say, it's our reaction which define what happened. It's not the stressor. It means the circumstances are what they are. And many times we cannot influence them. We have to take it the way it is. But where we are very powerful, we are 100% powerful and responsible, is our reaction. And even the circumstances are very, very bad. We decide about our reaction, and then we can behave with dignity, with attitude. And it makes such a difference.
Totally.
It makes such a difference, no? And for me, this is very actual, no? Also, this consciousness that just with a small smile, with a strong attitude, with creativity, with faith in the future, my vocabulary, my speaking, my energy, my aura will be different. Every day I stand up, I go out of my house, and I will touch so many people, even without knowing it.
Yeah.
Just by keeping high vibrations inside. And also be responsible, understand, if I let myself go, I will help other people to go down, no? I bring,
Wow, fascinating. I mean, the most valuable part of your message, which I'm getting, is actually you are mixing a lot of different philosophical aspects into it. One I got is the Stoic mindset. The other one is the Buddhistic, like suffering. You have to overcome things to grow, which in the end it's I think, of course, harder to do than to say. But the other part is, I think it's also a vicious circle. I mean, the moment you get a little bit momentum, you get a little bit, okay, That's why I actually tell my clients and my students to not try to get better at something and compare yourself with someone. You just actually have to just get better than the day before, which is very humble and doesn't need to be like, today I will make, I don't know, a business deal, and tomorrow I will do the double. That's not the same. What I'm saying is little things like be nice to your mother. I'm actually struggling. I mean, my mother calls me sometimes and I'm not really in a good mood, but I'd say, okay, hi, how are you? And these little things is like sunshine for her in her life, and she's not like the victim of my bad behavior, like my bad luck or bad day. And just one little example, but we never actually get what we are capable of have an impact in the life of others till we really, really observe ourselves and try to get a little bit better at it day after day. So what I did really, so obviously I'm not perfect, a long way till that. And sometimes I get the steps back. But the thing is, to be just better. Every day a little bit better than the day before. And this is a humble and easy goal.
In Kendo, the sword fight in Japanese, they say first turn the sword against yourself. So they mean don't compete with outside. Try to be your better you every day, no? I like very much this idea. But something I want to point out, because it's an interesting point, from the martial arts, I really learned that stoic attitude. You never show pain. You never complain. Endurance, resilience, till you break, And believe me, I push very far. I didn't heal my injuries. I went to fight with injuries. I did the most crazy diet you can imagine, like eating 3 apples a day for 1 month and training 4 hours a day. So the stoicism, I went very far in this. And it made me very strong. So I'm very thankful for that. And it can help in this crisis. But later on, getting a little bit older and facing other challenges and crises, I had to realize that this stoicism also made a lot of bad things in my life. And I learned to let go. That's why I spoke about soft skills like humility, patience, modesty, relativity, softness. And this came more with Tai Chi, with the Qigong, with the meditation. And now it's interesting because I think we have like an interesting mix. We have to be strong now. We need some stoicism, but we know also to have inner peace and acceptance. The situation is what it is, and it doesn't last forever. So I think we need a mix about this inner strength, but also this inner distance, this softness, this acceptation would be the right word, no? We cannot only fight with life. Sometimes we have to accept the things the way they are and to flow with it, no? To flow with it,
Would you say that's the contrast of the Stoic mindset? Because what I was learning, and I'm still learning, is, for example, when you are in the battlefield, obviously, then you don't need soft skills. Maybe a little bit, but then I'm having now this scenario in my head, like a preparation for a contest or a fight. You actually just have a goal, and you are like unstoppable till the goal is achieved. But life is not only a fight. Then you get in a certain different area. Maybe you become a husband, a father, or you have to be a better son. So your roles in life change. And what I learned is that people differentiate that a little bit too much. They think what I mean is to be bad or to be good.
Duality, yeah?
Yeah, but it's actually not both different things.
No.
It's actually the same. So like you said, like in Kendo, like with the sword, I learned it like have a sword in your backpack or in your hand, but know how not to use it.
Nice.
So be prepared.
Nice.
Be a warrior. That's a sentence I told a young client of mine. Be a warrior in a garden better than a gardener in a war.
No, yeah.
Cool
It's
sentence.
a cool one. It's a cool one. You know, if I speak to the bodybuilder, no, we know that, but we don't apply. When we tense our biceps, the triceps have to release in the same moment, not 1 hour later. So the contraction and the relaxation happens at the same moment, is a part of the same process. So sometimes when we speak about performance, we try performance is always something hard. But I have to release, to explode. I have to change all the time to make a rhythm between this tension, this relaxation, like inhale, exhale.
Yeah.
This happen in a continuous, soft way. And I think if we can integrate that, our life can flow more. Because it's interesting, when we get in this fighting mode, what happens? Cortisol, adrenaline, stress, symptomatic, and our mind get narrow. Each time we open, we breathe, and we have this rhythm between action and relaxation, thinking, doing. Then we have more openness, no?
Yeah.
Everything goes much easier.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't need actually just pure strength or pure aggression. You just need sometimes to plan, pause, like this fight or flight mode. Sometimes you have just to plan and pause.
Exactly.
What I did all the year.
We spoke about responsibility, no? I have some point more there. There are so many models about coaching, about leadership, responsibility. I like very much the idea leading by example. There are these sentences, we walk the path, walk the path, or be the change you want in the world. No, what I like in that is we don't have to lose too much words. If you walk in the front and you show the example, you don't have to speak too much or to explain. You will inspire. And I think in this crisis, it's very important to give this strength to people, to be this role model.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's a hell of a lot of work to do that. I'm totally transparent. I'm not always so motivated. I'm not always such a good role model, but then I just don't post something in Instagram. I'm also sometimes a little bit like freaked out and like. Not vengeful, but I sometimes just see the world and want to do my bad things and say, this person should have done that. But then I realize before I do that, before I write something bad or say something bad, what's the reaction of it? It's nothing positive. Mm-hmm. So I just keep it in my mind, stay cool, do my things, do my own business, and keep trying to make the world a little bit better. Mm. Which is a hell of a goal.
Yeah.
So, my friend, I saw we are an hour, huh? This is a crazy an hour. Did you?
No, it just flows away, yeah. Flies away in the flow. So,
then I can come to the end of this first podcast, which is actually great. I saw we have a few which watched. Thank you very much for that. So 4:00 is not a bad time, but I think, and you can also vote. Please let us know in the comments which time you would prefer for the live podcast, or if it's not live, of course we'll record it, and then it will be uploaded at 8:00 in Fridays. It will interfere a little bit with what Ask the Coach. But these Ask the Coach episodes will just come randomly, maybe sometimes together with the podcast with Nuno, but it's not meant to be live, so it's okay. We have big plans. I can just tell you that. Nuno, you will have your Taekwondo lessons every Tuesday. Yeah, every Tuesday here?
No.
Thursday. Oh, no, I don't know.
We have to plan it.
We have to plan it.
It's not ready now.
We plan for the worst case, and of course the worst case didn't happen.
You know, Corona is changing the plan every single second. Huh?
Yeah, every single second. So we will keep you updated, guys. We'll keep you updated with the plans of JFP TV. But just let us say that no matter what happens, no matter how stressful and hard the situation comes, watch Nuno's podcast, stay motivated, and just be gentle to your people. I mean, the impact you have sometimes in people is so big, and it needs so little from yourself.
And the reward is also very big for yourself to make somebody smile, no? And
yeah. You feel instantly better. I mean, I feel instantly better. Yeah. All right, Nuno, my friend, thank you very much for joining.
Thanks to you, Fabrizio.
You can say the last quote, the last sentence. Watch to the camera.
Last sentence is stay strong, and keep your face, and don't forget you have a big influence with your behavior. That was the big message today. The big message is pretentious, but the message today. Take good care. Take good care. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye, everybody.
Guys, I thank you also, and see you next week with a brand new episode with Coach Andreas and new Coach Nuno. Take care. Just feel powerful.
Just feel powerful. At JFP